Good evening, guys. Chelsea Dad here. Welcome. Like and subscribe first of all, and leave any comments if you wish to. Listen, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. Not quite what I predicted. I predicted Arsenal to win 3-1, but we lost 2-1. What do we say? Let's get into it. Listen, guys and girls, did we deserve to lose today? No. Did Arsenal deserve to win today? No. Were Arsenal a little bit fortunate? Probably. But Arsenal won. But did they beat us? And my answer to that is no. I tell you why they didn't beat us. They won but didn't beat us. But the problem was we beat ourselves. I mean, for 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I mean, we weren't superb. We were kind of in control. Arsenal didn't bother us. The only times we were under any pressure at the back for the first 15, 20 minutes was mainly down to our goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. And I could see from the first couple of minutes, he always has that look about him, that aura about him, when you know he's not going to be quite with it, when he's going to cause problems, when he's going to make mistakes. I don't know if it's just me, but I always see it in him. I always know when he's going to have a good game, but I see something about him. I sense something about Robert Sanchez. And I'm probably not the only one. You just think, he's not with it today. He's going to do something stupid. Something's going to go awry. Something's going to go wrong. He's going to screw up. And he did a few times. Some of his passing, especially in that first 20 minutes, was absolutely diabolical. It was criminal. And there was one he stopped Gyökeres with his own feet in the end. Thank God he's got long legs, because he saved his own mistake. But there are other ones. All this, him on the edge of his 6-yard box with his little passes towards the edge of the box to our players when they got someone on their arse. It's too risky. And it carried on throughout the game. So many times when we're pissing about with it around our own penalty box and they're closing us down and putting the pressure on us, I'm going, with the passes. They're heart attack passes. They're panic passes. And he carried on doing it throughout the game. And he was putting our defenders under pressure. And I'll give Sarr and Chalobah, in general, throughout the whole game, those guys played pretty well. It's the first time they've played together in the Premier League. Sarr's debut in the PL. And I think they did all right. But they'll be put under pressure by their own goalkeeper. Again, I just knew it. I could sense it. 2 minutes in, I'm thinking, hello, here we go. I mean, I know Sanchez pulled off a great save after 70-odd minutes. But he'd already made some errors, and I'll go into that. Previously, on my last full-length video, I was saying about Arsenal and their set pieces, how extremely good they are. We know Arsenal are extremely good. That is their main weapon. I mean, they're sort of struggling a bit to score from open play. It's been mainly set pieces. And give it to them. They're very good at them. It's a boring way to win, but they win nonetheless with them. And I also stressed how poor we are at defending set pieces. I mean, not only are we giving away stupid corners, we're giving away stupid free kicks on the angle from outside the box. And we're struggling. And they're 2 goals. They're 2 goals. You could say the defending could have been better. But both times, if you watch, Sanchez's positioning and his movements were extremely poor for both goals. He didn't have to come so wide for the first one when Gabriel headed it back in for what's-his-face to score the first one. If he had stayed a little bit more central, he would have got more of a hand on it. I mean, he almost flicked it out. But he ended up flicking it more into the goal in the end. But if he'd have stayed just a little bit more central instead of panicking and moving too wide, he would have probably have saved that. And then that second one they scored in the second half, I mean, that was just... What was he doing? What were you doing, Sanchez? You're neither here nor there, mate. You came and you fouled and you got exposed. And they had an easy heading. Mate, you overall, you went back to what we know about you, that you can cost us matches, and you cost us matches. But you weren't the only one. And I'll get on to that. Pedro Neto. He had a stinker today. Absolute stinker. His crosses were poor. He was getting tackled, dispossessed. And so many times he was getting dispossessed and he was very lazy going back. Or there was a 50-50 challenge and he wasn't getting to the ball. You could feel the frustration bubbling up on him. Now, apparently he got a booking after 67 minutes. I didn't see it. I missed it. I checked it on my phone and my phone said, yeah, on Sky Sports phone thingy, 67th minute he got a booking, apparently for opening his gob and moaning. Well, again, that's discipline. And we'll get on to that, which I mentioned on a previous video. I've mentioned on loads of videos about our stinking, rotten discipline. Now, he's just been booked. Didn't see it, but nonetheless, he's in the book, right? 3 minutes later, what does he do? He sort of loses out to Martinelli on the width, on the wing. And you're thinking, don't foul him, don't foul him. I must have said 3 or 4 times between Martinelli getting the ball and then Neto fouling him. I must have said 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. Don't foul him, don't foul him, don't foul him. All he needed to do was stick with him, jockey him, maybe even push him up to the corner flag. Just stop him getting past, hold him there. No, he's just blatantly tried to foul him. He knew he was never getting to that ball. Makes it even worse. He knew he was nowhere near the ball. And it was like a second flick of his foot that brought the geezer down. 3 minutes later, after getting booked for opening your goal. Discipline out the window. Red card number 9 in the Premier League. I think it's 10 in total with the cups as well. But 9 red cards. This discipline. We keep saying discipline. Do they actually understand? Give them all a dictionary, right? A Collins or an Oxford dictionary, right? Give them a dictionary and get them to check up on the word discipline so they actually understand what the word means. And then they might be able to keep their discipline. Now, if I was to pick a player to lose his discipline, it wouldn't have been Neto normally. You'd think someone maybe like a Caicedo or an Enzo Fernandez or something, or even a Liam Delap. The hod carrier, the cement mixer. But no, it's Neto. And through the game, he was making errors, not doing his job. I could sense the frustration through the 70 minutes of him on the pitch, building up, because he did fuck all. Excuse my French. He did the fuck all, you know? Oh, and then he does that. Boom. You just think, we're not winning the game now. And we were always in the game. Arsenal were no better than us. I know they got the 3 points. And all the gooners will be coming out of the woodwork with all the wood lice, rubbing themselves silly over it. Oh, we beat Chelsea. Oh, we beat... You were lucky today. You scored with 2 set pieces and played for 25 minutes against 10 men. And even with 10 men, you weren't actually better than us on the pitch. Yes, you got the win, but you didn't beat us. We beat ourselves again, because we always beat ourselves, like we did against Burnley, like we did against Leeds, Sunderland's, Brighton's, etc., etc. The list is endless. This is where the lack of quality experience, BLUECO. This is where you've got all these youngsters with no quality, enough experience quality on the pitch to lead them. Reece James can't do it. Who else can do it? No one does. Everybody else is temperamental or ill-disciplined and silly. Or got lack of experience. They're so young and whatever. We need more leaders. We need more experience. It is no coincidence we have got all these red cards. There is no one controlling our players in any shape or form on the pitch. And we keep beating ourselves. That was such a chance today. Arsenal were lacklustre. They were poor. They hardly troubled us. The only times we got troubled was when we made the trouble ourselves. We put ourselves in the shit. Errors, mistakes, bad passes, bad positioning, silly fouls. Not tracking runs and stuff like that. When are we going to stop beating ourselves? We're now 6 points behind Manchester United for the top 4. We're lucky there could be a 5th place up for grabs for the Champions League. But I tell you what, the bin dippers are right on our backsides, only behind us on goal difference. And trust me, they've got an easier run-in for the rest of the season than us. We've got the likes of Man City, Manchester United, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool themselves, even Sunderland away, etc., etc. We've got Everton. That's not going to be an easy. They always put up a fight. They'll probably ground us into the mud. Are we screwed now for getting top 4, top 5? Are we throwing this away? This tough running was always on the horizon. We've blown points previous against Burnley and Leeds when we were winning games. More points just thrown out the window carelessly. And today, if there was a chance to beat Arsenal, it was today. I mean, that first 20 minutes and then the first 20 minutes of the second half, we were in control. But saying that, were we actually making chances? Were we? No. We had the ball, we were passing it around, but we weren't cut and thrust enough up front. We weren't energetic enough up front. We weren't going for it enough up front. I know overall it wasn't a terrible performance, but did we make the most of it? Nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. What a chance wasted. And Pedro Neto, mate, hang your head in shame. Again, that frustration, you lost it. You did something really stupid. We paid the price in it. I know we put a bit more pressure on them in the last 5-10 minutes and we were very unlucky not to score. Garnacho with that cross that curled. And Raya, Arsenal, he gained you those 3 points. He's a very good goalkeeper. I know he's a lot shorter than Sanchez, but I'd rather have a Raya in goal than a Sanchez all day long. He is a good goalkeeper. And he saved you the points today. The goal right at the end that we scored that was disallowed was rightly disallowed as well. And I'm not saying this, if any Gooner fans want to come and all that, but what another poor refereeing display again today. I mean, some of the decisions, she's giving free kicks when players aren't touched. Just before we scored our goal, good cross by Reece James, that got the Arsenal guy heading it on. Hickey, whatever his name is, I don't know. But just before that, the handball. Where is VAR? To me, I know we scored just after, but it doesn't take away the errors of VAR. That is a penalty all day long. It wasn't ball onto the arm. Rice jumps. And what does he do? He brings his arm to the ball and it comes off the top. His arm's got no reason to be there. No one's forcing his arm there. You watch the replay. You only need one. You don't need 100 like VAR and then make a mistake. He lifts his arm. It comes off his arm. Should have been a penalty. VAR, you stink once again. Thankfully, we scored 20 seconds later from the corner, but it doesn't take away the errors. And there was errors all over the pitch. He started giving yellow cards for stupid things on both sides. Free kicks where he shouldn't have done. There were even instances when he was blowing up, and this is in favour of Arsenal. This is how bad the ref was. Twice they was on the break. They could have broken away. But then he's seen it. Clearly they're on the break. Not given advantage. Stopped the game. Booked one of our players. Now, the rules, you can carry on with the advantage. You just have to have the savvy and the know-how. This is where our referees are so wrong. You can let the advantage play on, see how it plays out, and then go back afterwards and then book the player for the offence. Afterwards, you can do that, referees. But you are so piss poor. I'm seeing it, not just Chelsea games. Games full stop in the Premier League. The referees are worse than they ever have been. And this is even with VAR. FA, sort it out. Sort out your officials, right? Stop hiding behind your name and pretending nothing's happening. We all know the officials are shit full stop in the Premier League. They're so much better in the Italian league, the Spanish league, even the French league. I watch games from all these countries and the referees, they're not all great, but overall they're a lot better than our referees. I mean, for goodness sakes, where's the game going to when you can't get decent officials these days? But let's go back to Chelsea. You threw it away, guys, again, because the squad is not strong enough. The squad is not good enough. How many more games? All the toxics, they'll be going, oh, we were so unlucky. We were so unlucky. Well, you can say that, but we were the ones that shot ourselves on the foot. That's not bad luck. That's stupidity to all you toxics. Our squad is not strong enough. How many seasons, how many games this season do you need to realise that the money that has been spent by BLUECO and Clear Lake, not their money, loans that's put the club in debt, all this almost 2 billion. Where's it got us to? Almost 2 billion spent, and we're fighting for 4th, 5th place, and we're probably not going to get it now. I said we'd lose today. I didn't want us to lose. I never want Chelsea to lose. But I just know, because I've got it here, I've got the minerals. Just like Johnny, I know when things aren't right. I don't stick my head in the sand. I say it as it is. We are not good enough. Almost 2 billion spent. And we're fighting for 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th place by the end of this season. We might even be lucky to qualify for the conference at this rate, especially with the run-in. Stop pretending to all you toxics and your prawn sandwich munchers. Get real. The club is in the mud. The team, they huffed and puffed today. I said they'd probably huff and puff today. Most players had an okay game. No one had an outstanding game. I mean, the first sort of 20 minutes, I thought Cole Palmer was right on it. I thought, oh, he's got something about him today. He had, again, no support around him. The only one that was half helping him out at times was João Pedro. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't terrible. But he was about the best sort of partnership for Palmer on the pitch. Neto was shocking. Enzo Fernandez didn't do a great deal. There was no help for Palmer. And he got a little bit of an injury during the match, and that sort of slowed him down in the second half. But don't get on about him either, because he's lost out there because of the people around him. He tried today. He tried. He just didn't have the support. So anyone knocking him today, he's not the one you need to knock, all right? It's your people like Robert Sanchez for his piss poor performance with his passing and his positioning. Stunk with those corners. Absolutely stunk. Panicking. Like I said, I knew from the start of the match he was going to have a wobbly today, and boy, did he have a bloody wobbly. This is not good enough. We've got Aston Villa away midweek. I know they're on a bit of a wobble, but you can't help, don't judge me on this, because it's just natural. You can't help but think we'll get beat at Villa Park. We'll turn it to Charity FC to Aston Villa to get them on a good run again, like we do with so many teams. But today, chance missed. Arsenal were poor. I mean, I don't know what Arteta has said after the game, but if he's honest, he should actually say to his own supporters and the rest of the football world, look, we kind of got away with one today. And they did. We let them off the hook. They were there for the taking. I mean, if a Man City or even a Liverpool or Manchester United were playing against Arsenal today and Arsenal played like that, there's a good chance those teams would have turned them over. Not us. We just didn't have enough in that final third. And some of our play was so slow. So slow. Speed it up. You'll create more chances if you speed the ball up. You know, it puts Arsenal players in a more comfortable position, and it's an easier ride for them. If you're passing the ball sideways, backwards, sideways, forwards, sideways, backwards, and in slow motion. Where's that cut and thrust? Where's that energy? Where's that eagerness? You know, so many times we could have hit them on the break, and all of a sudden the player's stopping and then looking behind and laying it back or passing it square. And you're thinking, why? Why? Very disappointed today. Not with the overall performance, just that mainly for the fact Arsenal were there to be beaten. Because they weren't very good. And their football hasn't been that great for the last few games. They're sort of scraping through, like champions do. When they don't play well, they still get the points. But we blew it today. Arsenal won. They didn't deserve it. We lost. We didn't deserve it. If anything, probably a draw. Because, I mean, what did Arsenal really create? They didn't. A couple of set pieces. Apart from that, Sanchez didn't have a lot to do apart from that one save after 70-something minutes. Can't remember who was going. Was it Martinelli or something? And then because he got a lucky deflection, a lucky flick and looped over our defence. And Sanchez come out and palmed it out the box. That's about all he had to do. So any Arsenal fans say you deserved it. Well, in the end, you were still struggling against 10 minutes for 20 minutes. You know, for 20 minutes. We had 10 men for 20 minutes and you struggled. We would have still the better side with 10, 15 minutes to go. You were the ones sitting back panicking, getting all bite my fingernails off, shitting a brick. You got away with one. Let's see how you get on against teams that actually want to beat you, because we didn't do enough to want to beat you today. So I think a draw was fair, but we shot ourselves in the foot. We beat ourselves again. It's got to stop. But again, it's all down to the players you got in, or the discipline system you've got behind the scenes. I don't know what you've been trying to do behind the scenes, if anything at all, to sort this discipline out. But even if you have tried something, it's not working, is it? But again, this is what you get when you get all these young, inexperienced players, or they're just not good enough and fit enough for the fight. Wasting money buying these sort of players. You want to go out and buy 10 youngsters instead of going out and buying 3 experienced quality players who can hold their own and got some savvy up here. But that's BLUECO. You just want to buy young and stuff so you can sell for profit down the line. It's the only way your business is. And how good at you at making money. You're not. 342 million plus lost last season. Well done, BLUECO. Again, going to bring that up. You're not very good at sticking to what you say you're going to do. You're not very good at proving that your process is worthy, are you? Your own process. You're mugging yourselves off. You just keep coming up with excuses and bullshit and brown envelopes and PR rubbish to cover yourselves. Well, that's going to run out one day. And then hopefully even all your divvy, numpty, toxic, positive supporters are going to suddenly realise. But it'll be too late till then. We're just putting up the same thing every season now. Since you've come to us, it's the same thing. Nothing's changed. We're still way below par and we're getting nowhere with you and your process, BLUECO. So get out. Not happy with that today. Best players for us. Maybe Trev and Sarr. I thought they was okay. As I said earlier, Robert Sanchez was the one that was really putting them under the pressure, and the tactics of pissing about with it around our own box, which we tend to struggle anyway. Maybe Reece James, he had a pretty good game. Hato got beat a few times by Saka, and that's another thing. Any Arsenal fans out there, he ain't as great as what people make out. He ain't been that great this season, and overall, he don't really do a lot, does he? Lamine Yamal, 18 years of age, and he's got a league hat-trick before you, mate. Cole Palmer's got how many? He's all right, Saka, but he's not great. But what the hell is he doing being captain? What makes him captain material? Stuck out on the wing, away from the play. You need your player with an engine, that reads the game, that controls the game from the middle. Not a fan of, but Declan Rice. Shouldn't he be captain for Arsenal? I know Odegaard is your club captain, but why is Declan Rice not wearing that captain's armband? I mean, Saka as captain, dude, that's like making, as good as a player Cole Palmer is, I wouldn't ever want to see a captain's armband on his sleeve. You know what I mean? But that's you, Gooners. You were lucky today, but you got the 3 points. Well done for getting the 3 points, but you were crap. Yeah, you were no better than Chelsea. You just got handed the match by errors through our goalkeeper and maybe some silliness in the defence, but mainly through the goalkeeper and Pedro Neto, stupidly, you muppet, getting sent off. Apart from that, you really didn't cause us too many problems, did you? But you're just going to go, yeah, we beat you, we beat you, you beat you. It's the money you beat us. You got a bit lucky. But hey-ho, you won nonetheless. It's 3 points for you. You're probably going to go and win the league now. We're going to struggle to get top 4, maybe even top 5, maybe even top 6 the way it's going. Tough one midweek against Villa and then Wrexham in the Cup next weekend. Let's see what happens. But are you guys disappointed? Let me know down below what we could have done better today. Where we went wrong. What we should have produced in a more positive manner. I just don't get us. And when we have got good players there. But, you know, so many players don't play well in the same game. You might get some teams go out and you'll have one bad player on the pitch, but we tend to have 3 or 4 that sort of disappear in a game. But, oh, it's disappointing, isn't it? Big chance. Big chance. Even a draw would have been nice. But I just had that feeling. People will probably knock me for being negative. No, I'm not negative. I'm realistic. Like Johnny Minerals. He's not negative. He's just, he knows. He just knows. He's realistic. There's a difference between negativity and being realistic. We're the sort of people that don't put our heads in the sand and hide from it and pretend it's not happening. We're not false believers. We go by what we see, what's there in front of us. With these, whether I need these on or not, I can still see there's problems in that team, in that squad, and the whole setup at Chelsea. And it's all down to the owners, BLUECO, Clear Lake. They're the ones that have organised everything. Everything wrong at Chelsea stems back to them. So, there we go. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. Chance thrown out. More discipline problems. More goalkeeping problems. Just more problems, full stop. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Even if you don't like my content, I'm real. If you want to listen to, from the heart, real thoughts and opinions, then watch more of me. All right? But we don't want all the toxics involved who just, well, as I said, they're false believers in a process that hasn't worked and will never work. How many seasons do we need to go through? How many transfer windows do we need to go through before you suddenly realise, isn't 4 seasons now enough? Isn't 8 transfer windows enough to start showing real positive signs? Where's the real positive signs? Almost 2 billion spent. Are we any better than we were when they walked in the door? No. Does that not smell like errors and mistakes and a problem to you? You're going to wait till 8, 10 years down the line? 12, 15? You're going to kick off if we don't make Champions League. Because if we don't make Champions League, financially, we are proper in the pup. Because you telling me we're making a profit this season after losing 342 million last season? An English Premier League record. I mean, having the best defensive season with 15 goals conceded is a great record to have. Being the only London club to win the Champions League is a great record to have. And there's other great records we got. But having the biggest loss in a season financially, 342 million, not pennies, is it? That's not a record we want. But we're starting to get more negative records under this blue code than we ever have done before in our whole history. Bear that in mind. So they're putting us in debt by taking out massive loans, well over £1 billion, and spunking it on a squad that's not cutting it properly like it should be after that money being spent. They're also losing us money, and it is down to them. We're losing money for a season. It's down to them. They're running the club, and they're running it poorly, and it's showing, and you're still believing in these mugs. Again, how many more transfer windows, how many more seasons are you going to be clapping these guys and supporting them when you're going to realise that, do you know what, it's about time we started speaking sense. It's about time we stopped being absolute devs. Fucking wrong uns, I tell you, in the fan base. So many of you. There's a lot like me. There's a lot like Johnny Minerals. Even Eunice on Eunice Talks Football. Been talking a lot of sense. He knows the coup. There's a few out there still not pulling their weight properly in favour of the actual team and the club. Still sitting on the fence or pro BLUECO. You can say, oh, it was Arsenal away. It's always going to be a tough game. Oh, you know, they're going to win. They're going to win the league. They're favourites to win the Champions League. Oh, it's no surprise that we lost. Look at the game itself. They were there for the taking, and we didn't take it. We blew it. We blew ourselves. Shot ourselves in the foot. Both feet, actually. 2 stupid goals. And I said discipline. I said about set pieces in my previous video. Because I know, and a real football fan knows these things are problems. And what cost us today? 2 set pieces. And discipline with the sending off. When are we going to learn? When are we going to get it right? I can't see it coming anytime soon under this BLUECO regime. Can you? And there we go. Oh, the boys gave it everything. They threw the kitchen sink. I don't want to hear all this shit. The main factor is we got 0 points. We got nothing out of this game today. I don't care about throwing the kitchen sink. I don't care about giving everything so much. At the end of the day, the main thing is having points, and we got nothing. Arsenal running away laughing when they were shit themselves today. Oh well, here's what it is. Guys, have a great Sunday evening. I'll be back soon. We got Aston Villa Wednesday at Villa Park, and then we've got Wrexham in North Wales at the weekend. See if we can pull anything out of the hat, and let's just hope Cole Palmer doesn't suffer any ill effects from whatever that injury might have been in during the match. We've got enough players out, but there we go. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. Sickening, but it's our fault. Our fault. There you go. Great Sunday. Have a great Monday, Tuesday, and then it's hopefully we have a fabulous Wednesday against Villa, but I can't see it. Peace out, guys. BLUECO out. Clear Lake out, and be back soon.